All right, so we're talking about women being indecisive and what that means in a relationship.
Well, and you were saying if you're not interested in a guy, don't go near him, don't talk to him,
Yeah.
don't be alone with him, right? And what I'm saying is that's tricky because women, we do have a tendency to be indecisive.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to get into it now, but it is the way our brains are designed slightly differently than men's brains. The way we make decisions tends to be different.
So how do you decide that you like a guy then? You see what I'm
And
saying?
that you want to have sex with him.
Or it don't even got to just be sex. I'm just saying because, okay, I can understand you're indecisive, right? But then how do you say, because you do eventually start to see a guy like for a long time. Like you go from dating to, okay, he's my boyfriend now, then to he's my husband. So you've made a decision that he's going to be your boyfriend or your husband. You feel what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. I thought we were talking about just like if you were going to get with a guy, if you were going to hook up with him.
No, but that's my point. My point is that why are you able to make the decision then, but you can't make the decision at the other point? Do you see what I'm saying?
You're indecisive. You're figuring it out. You're deciding. You're feeling him out. You're figuring out what he's about and how what your chemistry is like and all of that. And that takes time. That takes interacting with him. So, if there's a guy and I'm not sure I want to get with him, but I think maybe I do and I'm not sure, I might need to, be close to him. And I'm thinking, maybe not, but I'm not sure. So I'm going to feel him out a little more and check him out. And then I have to step back and I have to think about it. Maybe I have to sleep on it and be like, do I want to see this guy more? Do I like this guy? I don't know. I have to think about it. Right? Maybe I have to talk to my girlfriends about it and see what they think.
Right.
Introduce him to my friends. All of that stuff. Right? I don't know generally right away. I'm speaking generally because I personally tend to know within a few minutes if I want to have sex with a guy, but a lot of women don't.
No, but that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that is there a way women can, because I'm not saying okay, well, if being decisive is too hard or is not in your nature,
yeah,
is there some sort of way where a woman can be or try to figure out how to decide without having to inconvenience the guy?
No.
So there's no way.
No, she needs to, and you call it inconveniencing, but it's her getting to know him. It's her figuring him out.
No, I know, but it's usually an inconvenience, though. I'm just saying. That's what I'm saying.
But for her, it's necessary. Maybe
right.
For a man, it feels inconvenient, but for her, it's necessary. So
right.
I'm sorry, but you have to go through some, and I put this in quotes, inconvenience of getting to know somebody before she's gonna go down on you.
No, but so what are some tips that a woman could do to sort of
help herself decide?
Yes, or speed up the process, or make it a little less painful for the man. You feel what I'm saying?
Why would she want to do that?
Because what I'm saying is that for the guy, okay, this is the thing. Women always wonder why, they get with a guy and then the guy has sex with them and then he never calls her again and everything. And part of that has to do with that indecisive period. You see what I'm saying? Because this is the thing. What happens is, and most women don't know this, what happens is that a guy, he interacts with you, he sees you, whatever, and he's like, yeah, she's cute, I'm attracted to her. And then now he's thinking, okay, I hope sooner than later we're going to have sex.
Okay.
So from the point of him meeting you to where y'all would actually have sex is the period where you're sort of deciding as the woman. You're doing the indecisive thing, or you're going back and forth, figuring things out, whatever. While you're doing that, he's thinking and seeing how he's feeling while you're doing that. So how much of an inconvenience it is to him for that time period. So this is why I'm asking, is there any tips for a woman to either speed up the process or make it easier for her to decide quicker.
Again, I don't understand why she would care.
This is why I'm saying why she would care, because if she cares,
how does that affect her?
It affects her because if he feels he's been inconvenienced, he's not going to stick around. Do you see what I'm saying?
Oh,
after he has sex,
I don't like her because she made me wait.
Yes, or not even necessarily she made you wait, but the things he had to go through while she. Okay, so for example, I'm with the girl, right, and I want to have sex with her, and we're in my room. And we're kissing, and then I'm trying to take her pants off. She's like, no, I'm not sure, because she's not sure she wants to fuck me yet, right?
Yeah.
So now I'm annoyed. Do you see what I'm saying? So this is.
So you are saying that the man will be building up this like buffer of annoyance.
Yes.
He'll still have sex with her, but he's going to get to a point where he's like, she has annoyed me
so much that
after we have sex, I'm out.
Yes, exactly.
Whereas the same girl, if she was more decisive, if they had sex on the first date or whatever, you think that he wouldn't be out? It's the same girl.
Mm. Yeah, it's the same girl. If she, what I'm saying is the more decisive she is, the quicker she is to make a decision, the less likely she is to annoy. Do you understand? Because her deciding annoys the guy because he's like, I want you now. I know this already.
On the other hand, I would say she is looking for someone that isn't going to bounce. Let's assume, right? Who isn't just going to have sex with her once and be out. Uh-huh. So for her, that might actually be perfect.
Why?
To see if he's gets annoyed with her,
to test right? to see how much he can put up with.
If he's the kind of guy that will be someone she'll want to get with more than once, right? And he's so quickly getting frustrated with her, then he's probably not someone that would be a good match for her in the long run, right? Because in the long run, he's not going to be able to, I want to say, like, put up with her personality.
Right, but she won't even know though that he's.
But does
he's
it matter if they're not? Let's just say they're not a good match because she has a tendency to be indecisive. It's part of her personality,
right? And
he gets frustrated with that. So they're not going to be a good match in the long run anyway.
No, but that's not true though. I see what you're saying, but that's not true. This is what I'm saying though, because they could have been a good match in the long run, but
you think so?
Yeah, but the thing is that since that like let's say for example, think about a couple who gets along really well, they love each other and everything is great. They've been together for like 5-6 years, right? Let's say the guy in the couple, instead of when they first met, you know, he went up to her and said, hey, how you doing? They had a nice conversation. He probably bought her a drink or something. They had a good laugh and they kept seeing each other, right? Now, let's say that guy was drunk that day. Let's say a different scenario. He's drunk. This is the first time he's meeting this girl. And he comes up to her and says, hey, something offensive, and she's upset, right? It's still the same guy. He's a nice dude. He was just a little drunk. So him inconveniencing her and being annoying at that moment fucked it up. Do you see what I'm saying? Even though in
that second scenario they don't start
right.
dating.
In the second scenario, it's he's they're chilling and everything's fine. So what I'm saying is that
you mean in the first scenario they're chilling and they've been together for 6 years. In the second scenario, right? He pisses her off.
Yes.
The first night and they never date.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is, and this is what I'm saying for women, is that a lot of times that indecisiveness is like that same, scenario with the guy being drunk and annoying her.
And ruining it from jump.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is, I'm not saying for it to be impossible, because I think it's impossible for you to say, hey, women, ladies, don't be indecisive if that's in your nature, that blah, blah, blah. You have to figure things out sometimes, and that's how your mind works, fine. What I'm saying is there a way for women to be able to somehow know how to get all those things they need to get done as far as thinking it out and minimize the inconvenience to the guy. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm asking.
I'm thinking of some tips.
You know?
So, I think one thing is to keep in mind your past experiences, your past, like, positive sexual experiences.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying, like, every time you're getting with a new guy, be, like, brokenhearted over your last, you know, boyfriend or whatever. But to think, like, to think carefully, what works well for me, right? In any kind of relationship, what works well for me in my friendships, what works well for me, you know, with my siblings, with my cousins, what kind of interactions am I looking for in a long-term partner?
Yeah.
Right? And I think that will help sort of identify the kind of guy you're looking for. But I also feel like there's a way that, you know, that people can get what they want in life in general.
Right.
And that's to be articulate about what it is you're looking for. And it doesn't mean that you have to walk up to every guy you meet and be like, boom, 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 these are the things I'm looking for. It means that you need to be able to say it to yourself. Say it to your girlfriend.
Right.
And then maybe you'll even say it to some men if they're like, hey, what are you looking for in a partner?
Right.
I think it's really helpful to be articulate about it. And I don't mean to make a long list of impossible attributes. I'm saying pick 2 or 3 really important.
No, I agree. I totally agree with you. I would say, I think this is what I believe will work and will make it more beneficial is before you technically go to men just in general, like you were saying, you think about or say to yourself, what do I actually want and what am I looking for? So you've basically decided. Do you see what I'm saying? Before you went to the
Before
guy.
you even talked to him.
Exactly. You see what I mean? And
so you're like, yeah, this is somebody I'd like to get with.
Right.
Or this isn't someone I'd like to get with. And that will help you.
Right.
That will definitely help speed the process.
Right, because of course, as you get to know any particular guy, there might be variables where you say, oh, this is what I want, and then you meet some new guy, and it might fluctuate because of how you feel around him and, you know, how he's acting or whatever and all that.
Something he does.
Right,
something you say.
But if you have the bases covered, I feel like it'll make this process faster.
Yeah.
It'll make it, you know, less of a, you know, quote unquote inconvenience to the dude. You feel what I'm saying? No, y'all have no idea. Seriously, that's just, it's a super inconvenience. But I feel like it will make it, you know, the situation more beneficial for the man and the woman. You understand? Because the thing is, if you sort of know what you want already, and you meet a guy, and let's say he's the total opposite of that, then you won't have to deal with him. The problem is that I think sometimes women will still deal with that guy and try to.
Well, maybe.
And then it's like it's just don't deal with him because he's not on that page of what you're trying to do. You know what I mean?
I just thought of another tip that might be helpful is to have some good girlfriends, some close girlfriends that you can talk shit out with. Right? So have brunch with them the next day and be like, I met this guy, seemed kind of fun, seemed into me. I'm not sure if I like him. Talk it out with them.
Right.
They know you. They know they sometimes have better perspective on your dating than you do.
Right.
Right?
I agree.
But to have some close friends that can help you think that through.
Right.
And decide.
I agree.
And then let him know. Don't lead a guy on. That's annoying.
Yeah, I agree. So
guys take rejection a lot better than I think a lot of women think they will.
Yeah, I mean, because guys get rejected all the time.
Be nice about it, but you can still say, "Hey, I don't think we'd be a good match."
Because this is the thing. I think, you know, what a lot of women don't understand is that a lot of times when you have your average guy who's not necessarily a jerk, but he's not necessarily like the nice guy. He's like in the middle. You know, he's average dude.
Yeah.
What men are doing is men are slowing down the process for you. Do you understand what I'm saying? By going on a date, by taking you out for coffee, Because when a man first meets you, he would rather just, bend you over in his bed and just do you. Like, you know what I'm saying? But he's slowing it down by saying, hey, miss, how you doing? You seem cool. You should give me your number so we can get together and get a drink or get coffee. You know what I'm saying? He's doing that for you. You know what I mean? So the same thing. So he's slowing it down. You need to speed it up so y'all can meet in the middle. Hey, what's up, ladies? I'm dating a life coach, Mr. Locario. I want to ask you a few questions. Are you tired of dating the wrong guys? Are you sick of going on date after date that ends up nowhere? Are you tired of being single? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you need to get my free audio program, 7 Highly Effective Steps for Finding and Keeping a Man. Now, in this audio program, it's going to teach you everything you need to know about finding the right guy and keeping him interested in you. Now, all you need to do is click the link below or go to HeWantsYou.com. That's HeWantsYou.com. Now, don't wait any longer. Find Mr. Right now.